Hello people, my name is Jeffrey Kenneth Jensen, aka Jack Tandu, TanduTV for the shorts. We gotta exercise, eat fresh food, sleep, study, smile, laugh, clean, rest, have fun. Every day is a good day. And I'm gonna start like this. I heard this saying once from Mark Twain. He's a famous author, I think. I think he's the most famous in American history. He's the guy that wrote the Huckleberry Finn type of deal. Anyways, he said the two most important days of your life are the day you were born and the day you were realized, and the day you realized you were born. This is gonna get a little long. So I realized I was born to write books, and I said to myself one morning, I think it was my mom, we were in the car, she said, I was telling stories in the back. I was always telling stories from the get-go, reading books. I guess when I read a book, when I was little, I read probably this bookcase size full of books. I was first in love with R.L. Stein, Bruce Colville, Bill Watterson with the Calvin and the Hobbes. I think I used to read Beverly Cleary, the Hardy Boys, whatever you want to talk about. I would read it all. And I think one time I was trying to read like Charles Dickens when I was in the second grade or something like that. And I would sit there and I would even miss the bus. You can ask my mom. So anyways, my mom told me one day you will write a book and then you will sign it for people. And I was like, okay. And then that night I wrote the first chapter of Monkey Boy. And that's what? It was in 2012. So 7 years later, I'm 17 books up. But these days I've been bogged down, pressured. You're going to say, why are you so pressured? Life is easy if you exercise, you eat fresh food, you sleep, study, smile, laugh, clean, rest, have fun. Every day is a good day. Well, when you want something that not a lot of people can do, and you have a skill set, then you go for it. Like Kobe Bryant, he said you're going to climb to the top of Mount Everest and get, 95% of the way there and stop at the end? No. So I'm going to show you something. There was this one unfortunate day where my ex-girlfriend broke up with me, and it was kind of, I was drunk, and it wasn't the first time. Anywho, doodle, I was on the bus and I was saying, I'm level 5. I'm level 5. And I wasn't saying I'm level 5 because I'm level 5 in Korean, which I am now. I'm in the class. I don't feel like I'm level 5, but I am level 5, which is the last level to get a residence visa. I was talking about level 5 X-Men, like I'm the Nightcrawler. You seen the dude. Anyways, so went back to USA. Got into that Tandu realm, acting like I'm Jack Tandu for about maybe 6 months, something like that. Then I came back and I had a buddy named Riley. I was sitting at Sticky Fingers, which I'm not allowed there at all anymore. Again, I don't know why. I'm like banned from every single bar in the street of Ulsan. There's this district where there's this black light mischievous guy, like the blacklist. How can the white Jaguar be on the blacklist? You can ask my friend Steven that. That doesn't make any sense. Street King, whatever. You can call it what you want. I don't need to go to those places anyways. It's not good for me. Bars are not good for you. I'd rather have the library open 24 hours a night with a cafe in it, and I could sit there and read books or something like that. They do have cafes in Korea, and I should go to them more often, but that's not what I do these days. Anyways, what I've been doing these days, and I haven't been able to write, which is my purpose, I've been studying Korean. Boom. Okay, to get to level 5, you probably need to know this much. Books. This book is to take the level test book. Now, if you want to learn Korean and you want to get to level 5, I would say buy this book first and look at it and say, open it up and then look at it and say, do I know this stuff? And I would say 99 times out of 100 people say, damn, I don't know that stuff. Then we got here. This is the book now, level 5. History, politics, law, geography, all sorts of great Korean information that you probably don't need to know. Level 4, grammar. Level 2. This is Korean basics. If you ever want to try to conversate with anybody, you better know this book inside and out. Level 2, you should probably know this book. I've never opened it because I don't need to do that. This is 2,000 words. My buddy Nathan was the one who bought this book. I think I bought this book first. He bought it again, and then I heard him reading all the sentences one time on his own recording. It was crazy. Anyways, this is my memo. I always keep memo. Moleskin. You can look inside if you want. No, you can't. It's mine. But 90% of this is Korean. Anyways, I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about my books. So, TanduTV is about to go on a different branch out. I got all these books. There's 26 books there with books within books. So there's probably 33 books there. Anyways, I can't figure out which one I want to start on. It's like when you play NBA 2K, NBA Live, whatever they call it now, and you have the opportunity to choose from 30 teams. Well, what if you only had the opportunity to choose from one? So, oh, I like coffee. What I did was I typed out all these books. This list, which I just previously showed you, and I put them on little pieces of paper. Look, 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 look. And I'm going to crumple them up. And I'm going to put them in this jar. And I don't know which one I'm going to write. But I've concepted all these books. This is the first one. I don't even know which it is. And then I'm going to choose which book I'm going to write. And then I'm going to start a new channel dedicated to only showing you how the process of getting to my 18th book will be. I was talking to my brother once. He said, why don't you write faster? I said, I can't. It's harder than you think. He said, I know, it's hard, right? Especially a book. I think the hardest part is that you have the idea that it's like this airplane that can soar to the clouds. But then when you get there, you realize the journey and the flight is difficult. Whatever you go through, I'm talking about day-to-day basis and like just keeping that momentum. That's the hardest part. And I would say the hardest part is landing it. And then when you land that idea, metaphorically speaking, plane, you have to give it up in a sense. But the best thing when you give it up, I think, is when people actually read your books. And I don't know, sometimes people randomly come up to me, like this girl I was at my class. She said, I heard you published a book. I said, who told you that? She said, oh, they talk about you. I said, who? They. Who is they? Anyways, so I don't know what my next page is going to be called, YouTube page, but it's going to be dedicated to my writing. And I know you guys are annoyed at me, but I'll tell you something. If you exercise, you eat fresh food, you sleep, study, smile, laugh, clean, rest, have fun, every day will be a good day. And at the end of this video, I will choose from the jar which book I'm going to write. But I just looked at one story. I guess I could write it, right? And I don't really want to. Some of them I don't really want to write. It's just like ideas pop into your head and you're like, okay. I'm like, some of them I'm like, I look at them, I'm saying like, this is only going to be like 20 pages. But you never know. Sometimes they get funny, and I guess the idea is I think the guy Haruki Murakami, he says he only writes one book at a time. There's all the other books, but he fully immerses himself in it. And so I think the idea is if you're jumbled, chicken noodle brained up like me, left-handed, shooting right-handed, kicking left-footed, running right-footed, it tends to happen. So that being said, let me keep crumpling these things up. And hold on. It's going to take a minute because there's 30 of them. You guys don't have to listen to this. You probably have a lot of better things to do. I'm actually considering, on my first 17 books, I wrote my full entire name, Jeffrey Kenneth Jensen. But as I know from experience now, I've asked people to try to spell my name, Jeffrey Kenneth Jensen. And that's why I actually came up with Jack Tandu, because it's so much easier to write. But then at the end of the day, it's like, I think I saw Stephen King at one point. He said something like he went under this alias of who he, as a writer. And like, I think if you're going to write stuff, you should stand by it. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like you're a singer. Or I'm not writing like so controversial things that, you know, could get me in jail or some shit like that. So I think I have to stand by, and I think I'm gonna change my name to GK Jensen. You know, the last name's there, and so who's the Jensen? That's the Jeffrey Kenneth Jensen. That's what I'm gonna go for. I think it's easier to remember, as well as fit on the cover. God, sometimes I do the book covers, and then I'm trying to do the book cover, and I can't fit my name anywhere because there's an image, and then you got your name, Jeffrey Kenneth Jensen, which is what Jeffrey's 8 letters. Kenneth is 7, and you got Jensen, 8, 7, 6, 15. You got 21 letters in your name. Is that right? Who knows? All right, hold on. Get the top. I guess I don't need the top. Let's shake it up. The moment of truth. Where am I gonna go? What am I gonna do? What book am I gonna write? Some of them I don't want to write, but I guess if I'm gonna go on this way, I have to. Jambalaya Christmas 2069, the rise, the fall, the turnaround. What we gonna get? Let's close our eyes. Here we go. And I'm gonna fully dedicate myself to this next book. So here we go. I'm actually a little scared. My heart's beating. Oh, is that just one? Oh, it's a big one. Here we go. I think I know what it is. There you have it. I'm not gonna tell you the title. I'll show you what it says. And so I begin on that. Let's do it, baby. Let's do it, baby.